यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि गानचतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने गानोत्सुकाय गानमत्ताय गानोत्सुकमनसे पूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुलस्थायिने गुरुविक्रमाय गुह्यप्रवराय गुरवे गुरुगुरवे गुरुदैव्यकलक्षेत्रे गुरुदैवसदाराध्याय गुरुपुत्रपरित्रात्रे गुरुपाखण्डखण्डकाय गीतसाराय गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि गूढगुल्माय गन्धमत्ताय भोजयप्रदाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
Wow, that was truly mesmerizing. What a splendid way to commence our orientation. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you to our performance for that beautiful tribute.
Moving forward, I think this is the right moment to share this epic incident from Mahabharata with our dear freshers.
Yes, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjun felt despondent. Seeing his relatives on the opposing side, he decided not to fight. Krishna, his charioteer, taught him about duty, righteousness, and the importance of doing one's job without attachment to results. The very essence of Bhagavad Gita.
Dear freshers, there will be times in life when you are faced with moral and ethical dilemmas or you feel overwhelmed. Remember your purpose and duty. Keep pushing forward, focusing on the journey and learning rather than the outcome.
Like this, legal professionals have to do their duty, and they should not go into the righteousness of the work. Advocates are honest to their profession, and for this purpose they serve to their clients. Whether it's right or wrong, it's the duty of the judge to check.
Let's move on to the pillars of our esteemed institution. Now, who else would be able to tell you more about this incredible institution other than the person who is embedded in our hearts, our Dean Ma'am, Professor Dr. Rashmi Salpekar.
Professor of Law and Dean VSLLS. She is PhD in International Law, for which she received fellowship from ICSSR New Delhi. She has approximately 15 years of experience of teaching and research. She has published books, many papers in various research journals, conference proceedings of national and international repute.
She has guided many PhD scholars and is a life member of Indian Society of International Law. And she is the most loving and caring dean of a law school. Let's welcome her with a warm round of applause.
Good afternoon, students. So you must be aware, in morning there was orientation program of BBLLB students, and now we have called BLLB students. Even though we have called you separately, but however, for VIPs, it is not something that you are belonging to two different programs, right? Most of the subjects, they are law oriented, so there is hardly any difference. It's only just to make sure that your time is so valuable, so that we must be able to give justice to your time. So therefore, this separation we have done in orientation. Now, dear students, today is the day of welcoming you. This is the day of the orientation. Orientation wherein we would like to give you a brief introduction of the institute in which you have taken admission. Do you know, students, this particular institute is established in the year 2000. And BLLB, we have started with BLLB program, so thereby we are welcoming our 23rd batch of BLLB students. So thus this program is as good as a foundation program of Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies. Even though we are having many other departments having various specialization, but Vivekananda School of Law and Legal Studies is different in its own way, and in fact it is unique as well. It is unique because most of the laurels to this institute has been by the law students. In fact, the program also demands the same. You will find in your law school, it is not only the curriculum-based upbringing is there, but however, there will be work which will be done on your skills as well. Vivekananda School of Law and Legal Studies, wherein each year we are welcoming 300 BLLB students and 240 BBLLB students, as also we have LLM in corporate law and ADR. In all, in VIPS, there are around 7,000 students. Of those 2,500 plus students, they are in law school. So you are becoming the part of this large family. Even though you have started classes, but however, I would say that this is the day from when we can say that yes, we have begun our journey. My dear students, in these 5 years, you will be taking 56 subjects. You must be knowing your timetable is very exhaustive. Since morning till evening, you are in the classroom. But believe me, this is the initial era wherein you will be able to get an opportunity to work on yourself. You have come from various schools, you have come from various cities, various areas of this particular city, and also from NCR and so. We have students who are not belonging to Delhi, but they are from outside Delhi. So, when you are coming over here, you must get some time to settle down. And that time has been given. In initial years, there will be no pressure of internships. There will be only pressure to learn, to read and learn. What we say that it is about learning, unlearning, learning and relearning. So this is what is the process which you will do in initial years, mainly in first year. But however, when you are going through all these subjects and in this 5 years journey, that is 56 subjects, along with these internships. But however, in addition to this, as I have told you, that soft skill development is also one of the major area for any of the law student. Dear students, you have 11 centers which are subject based, and you have 5 committees which are skill based. So total we have 16. And plus, there are 3 groups which are by the people, of the people, and for the people. So therein, we faculty members, we only advise, but however, we do not run those groups. Those groups are youth parliament, because when you are learning law, it is not only that we want to see you in bar or bench, but why not in the parliament as well? We need youth like you. So thus youth parliament is the one, LexCon is the one who has developed mainly by the BBLLB students, wherein BLLB students, they are also there as a core members, and also Nazariya. This is the latest version which has been started by our some of the senior students. Skill-based, including cultural, including debate and mooting, legal aid and ADR. So these are the skill-based committees which you have. As you know, mooting, it is very important for a law student. Why? Because it gives you an opportunity not only to present, but also to research, to work in a team, and also to argue before the court. The more you will participate, you will find that the more you are a confident student, and thereby it will really help when you will stand before the court after these 5 years of journey. All the centers are subject based, like constitutional law, criminal law, cyber law, international law. Why these opportunities we have created? Because only by following curriculum, we will not be able to give a student who is ready to profess his profession. And moreover, law profession is a noble profession. In the Constitution of India, you will find only the name of legal profession. No other profession is there. So therefore, you are into that noble profession. So you are, the way you are thinking, the way you are responding to a situation, the way you are analyzing the situation, it is also required to mold, which will be suitable for legal profession. There are number of opportunities which are available for you people. You can join any international organization, national organization. Of course, bar and bench are there, like you must have seen. Our 61 students, they have cleared judicial services examination so far. Many students, they have bagged gold medal as well. So, when all these opportunities are there, then in that case, you must be ready to grab those opportunities. So, therefore, we are working from 360-degree angle only for you. When I am saying that there are many competitions, there are many challenges before you, will you be alone? No. There are more than 80 faculty members who are there in the law school alone, and in which there are 300 plus faculty members. And plus, we are having very supportive and, in a way, I would say that an inspirational leader who is Dr. S.C. Vats. He is the chairman of Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies. He always guides us, motivate us, so that we can translate into lives of our students as well. If you are able to see any energy, vibrancy in this campus, it is all because of the vision which has been seen by the management for you people. After doing this degree program, the success you will be able to see, right? You will see, you will go to the Supreme Court, you will be in the High Court, you will be in various ministries. But for that matter, your foundation is required to be strong, and that work what we are required to do in the law school, and which we will do for you. So wish you all the best. You have faculty class in charge to whom you can share your issues, if any, right? Slowly and gradually, you will be incorporated along with the seniors as well. Here in law school, we are having 0 ragging cases since so many years. In fact, since the beginning, there is not a single case of ragging over here. So therefore, just feel free to have a dialogue with your senior members, with your senior students, as also with the faculty members as well. In all these centers and committees, students are also working. You will find that the whole show has been managed by our students under the supervision of our faculty members. Okay, so next year you are also required to be here to manage the show, to organize the events. And all these experiences which we will be able to give you, it is only for yourself, only for your progress. Okay, so wish you all the best. My office is on 5th floor. If you have any issue or if you want to share anything, you can always come to my office, right? And first year always be along with me on the 5th floor. Then after that, other floors will also be open for you to take your classes, okay? So you are the youngest one in our law school, even though in your family you are the elder one or middle one, but here you are the youngest one. Right? We will pamper you, but we will make you disciplined as well, right? So welcome to this academic family of Vivekananda School of Law and Legal Studies. I'm extremely happy to share with you, we are having Mr. Suneet Vats, Vice Chairman, sir, of the management of WIPS, and also Professor Dr. T.V. Subbarao. He is the chairperson of Vivekananda School of Law and Legal Studies. And they will also motivate you, they will also share their words of wisdom with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dean Ma'am, for those enlightening words. It's indeed a roadmap for all the fresh faces here.
Moving forward, we have our Vice Chairman, Shri Suneet Vats. If there's someone who adds vice to our virtues and subtracts the vices from our journey, it's him.
We welcome you, sir.
Really appreciate it. I know some of you are sitting in the alley there. May I request all of them to please come up here on the stage, the dais. Don't be at discomfort. All of you sitting in the this gallery there. Students sitting on the ground, please. It's my request. You can find yourself. You'll be much more comfortable here. In case you are comfortable there, you be there. I don't want to displace you unnecessarily. But then in case you are at discomfort, you have all the right to come and sit here. Please. Or are you okay? Sir, I think they're okay. They're pretty okay. They want to sleep over. They want to sleep, sir. Let them sleep. I think that's a better position to sleep in, no? So good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, that's the energy. I thought you will be low on energy because normally by 12 o'clock the glucose levels would dip. And that's more scientific an explanation. Fine, it's not because you are disinterested or not wanting to be oriented. We don't want to disorient you also. So it's okay, they want to sleep, so let them. So where do I begin? Today, I welcome you on behalf of the Board of Management to the legacy of WIPS. And when I say legacy of WIPS, it means that you have joined in a culture, and I know Subbarao sir would be able to elaborate much better on what an educational institution culture is all about. And the greatest of companies, in fact, if you look at the books by the greatest of authors on, what makes, companies survive. And I know you're law people, you're nothing to do with business as of now, but then you need to understand there are certain, values in life, which if you kind of imbibe into your own, DNA, you'll be much better human beings than what we expect you to be. So the greatest of companies have one thing in common, and this is a research based on Fortune 500 companies that have survived for more than 100 years. So what it says is that one should be culturally aligned. You should be philosophically aligned with the objectives of an individual. Objective should be aligned with the objectives of the organization. So our objectives are aligned, it seems, that we are offering you law program and you are here to study law program. So that's a perfect alignment that we see. Second is cultural embeddedness, as they say. And when we say cultural embeddedness, it is not just about, something that would be written on the walls here as slogans. It is something that you imbibe by viewing others, how they act, how they behave, how they, demonstrate themselves, and the exhibition of their own model behavior should be inspiring enough for you people to follow the footsteps. And the third is adaptability, how quickly you adapt. So that's from the business side. Coming to the law side of it, the legacy, as I said, legacy is much more. And when legacy becomes much more, we chose Swamiji's name because, yes, Chairman Sir was inspired, initiated by, a Ramakrishna order disciple of the highest order. But then there was much more deeper meaning to what, Swamiji meant to us. He's the youth icon. If you really study him well, you'll be able to understand how inspiring is he in terms of, and the kind of work that he do within the shortest of life that God gave him is an inspiration by itself. It's a journey that I think every individual should strive to, achieve. We are here to learn about law. You'll have enough, as ma'am said, 56, loaded sessions or lectures or, semester-wise breakup. Wonderful. And some of you may kind of drop dead also, given the kind of, hardship that will require you to undergo. But then legacies are not created by being normal, fine? You have to be abnormal in terms of what you're wanting to do. And abnormal has to do with mental state, that you start acting erratic and really behave abnormally. No, that's not what abnormal would mean. Abnormal is that we should be able to ignite your passion. We should be able to ignite your aspiration. You should be able to see a clear vision for this country for next 40 years. This is what I said in a session before this, that you are the next 40 years of this country sitting in this room. You are going to be the best of best when it comes to legal education, when it comes to legal profession. And each one of you should be able to exhibit that in terms of your behavior. Right from dressing up in a court of law, to your mannerism, to your demeanor, to knowing your judges very well, is an art that you learn gradually once you pass out of the portals of this institution. These are informal ways of training. Some of you may have come from good chambers. Some of you may be new and entering this for the first time. But it is your fire within you that will make you great tomorrow. It is what we look for in you. And there are 10,000 plus ballpark figure. I do not have the exact numbers with me. 10,000 odd alumni of WIPS who are already making you proud. We clap for them each day. Each achievement is celebrated here, though they have passed out from these portals, but then they come back to share the good news and the kind of impact that they've been making. So social impact is what we would understand your lives from, and not just mere degrees that you will graduate from. So the impact that you will make in this society is what you will be gazed tomorrow. So don't think that any smaller case or a bigger case, they are all good cases till the time you've given your best. And they should be fought with the best of, armory that you have. Morning I cracked a joke about, how, language can play an essential role in terms of what you project. Because articulation also is required. It is not just about stating sections and statutes and rules and regulations that will make your argument great. Those are, yes, prerequisites. Your brief, yes, is a prerequisite. But how beautifully you kind of, pearl it up in words is equally important. And morning when I said the difference between, and I want to know it from you also, at the cost of repetition, let it be, what is the difference between finished and complete? Simple words, finished and complete. CLAT, you've cleared your CLAT, you can't give a simple answer. It's a very basic answer. And I know people who would have attended would possibly think we know the answer, but then I would request them to keep quiet for some time. What is the difference? So, being not biased towards any gender, if you find the right girl or a boy, fine, your life is complete. If you find a wrong boy or a girl, your life is finished. See the beauty of words? Fine, they may sound similar, they may carry almost a similar meaning, but when used correctly in context, it delivers a very different message altogether. So read as much of literature as you can. That will sharpen your saw in terms of the delivery that you make in the court of law. Before the honorable judges, your word should be able to impress, impact, and create the desired change in their behavior. They will not go above what is stated in the law, but your language makes all the difference. Your mannerism makes all the difference. You will be the blue-eyed boys or the girls of the court if you conduct yourself in a particular manner. Morning, I gave a lot of examples from, corporate world, because that was a BBA LLB batch. But irrespective of the batches that you are from, I think it is equally important for you to understand, as what Dean ma'am said, that there are multiple, future options available to you people. Don't just think about, going to trial courts or to higher courts or any other. The corporate cases that I mentioned, if you look at the amount and the quantum of, impact that they have created, you will possibly wonder as to there's an ocean, complete ocean out there where you can possibly, think yourself of. So don't think that you are lesser than anybody. I'm still telling you this for the very reason, because anybody who aspired to be in national law universities, fine, is a good thing. But then you are no less till the time you drive the system. You are the ones who will extract the best out of your teachers. They will come to your classrooms. But in case you are not well-read, you are not, educated yourself in terms of what you need to get out of that 50 minutes of lecture, I think it will be a complete loss of time and unfortunate for you people to, think that why we are not getting the best. Teachers and we co-create value. I have always said that it is co-creation of value. It is co-creation of this legacy. Because if students are not vibrant, teachers will also be dull. If teachers are dull, the students would be not vibrant. So it is you people also equally responsible for creating this kind of a robust, system within systems where you are able to extract and let the teachers be on their toes. I know many of them are scholarly to the extent that you ask them anything on the latest, they will give it to you in no time. Fine. Even if you Google it out, they'll give you a perception and a different perspective to that story altogether. That comes only when the teachers are prepared, and you cannot imagine the time that they spend on a lecture. For a 50-minute lecture, at least 3.5 hours to 4 hours is what it takes of rigorous training. It's not that they don't know, it's because they want to include the latest. And they want you also to be well-read so that it becomes a little robust system. The cases that I mentioned in the morning were cases belonging to pharmaceutical industries, how they have cheated us, how many, we all have parents. They all take medications for some reason or the other. Find two important cases. One was Glaxo. I don't know, the company doesn't exist anymore, or maybe changed its name. Fine. There was a big lawsuit which was filed against them in US. Indian cases don't get reported, to be very honest, on that scale. I am yet to find an archival where we are able to, have a listing of such like cases where we were able to, exactly know what happened in that particular case and what was the damages like. So Glaxo went on to sell a drug, fine, which had claimed that it will cure a particular disease, but then that was an antidepressant. So anybody with a medical condition of being under depression was prescribed that drug. The clinical trials proved later on that the drug kind of, accelerated, and 627 or whatever percentage was mentioned, it kind of, enhanced the suicidal tendencies in a patient. So what use is it of to a particular patient? You can imagine the kind of damage it was doing. Fine. Another was a diabetic drug, mentioned again, a Japanese firm. Fine. A Japanese firm prescribing for diabetes. Now, diabetes patients are already sensitive, their kidneys are already sensitive. And what you get to know after clinical trials is, advanced clinical trials is, when the litigation is filed, that it causes you colon cancer. So rather than curing one, you get into another problem. Tobacco industry, fine, I know how you must be smokers here. I know at a very young age also, though the pact says smoking kills, it causes cancer now. Earlier that was not the case. The entire lobby of this tobacco companies had doctored the reports and the clinical trials as well. They doctored the entire narrative in the media and said, no, it is completely safe. It doesn't cause you that kind of harm. 206 billion US dollars were awarded in over 25 years, and they almost declared themselves bankrupt. Fine. I had quoted many other examples. Delhi, a report came out, 11 years of our life is shortened, given the amount of particulate that is there in the environment. The quality of air that we breathe is shortening our lives. Do you think anybody, any civic authority can be given that right, where rather than give you a quality life, for what they charge you is property tax to road tax to whatnot taxes are being charged from you, and what they deliver instead is something which is 11 years shorter in your life? Is it not criminal? Another example that I gave was of toll roads that you see nowadays. We all buy fast tags, but we do not know that the toll is not just for the road itself. It is for medical facilities to be provided alongside. It is for, the breakdown vans to be provided, and a doctor to be made available. Fine. The bumps that you get, the craters that have been created, fine, on those very roads that you're paid for your journey. If you ask any road safety person, expert, will tell you it will be death, almost amounting to death, in case you kind of bump into it at 80 miles an hour. Are we aware of our rights as citizens? And that is what bothers me more, that we are not harbingers of change. We just learn law for the sake of learning law. Fine. And just reading it to pass examinations, if that is your purpose, the legacy will go down, I'm telling you. As I said, we are here to create a legacy. We are here to create something which will have a social impact in life, which will transform somebody's life outside. Maybe your client, maybe somebody, in terms of its larger social impact. Indian Institute of Public Administration director was here to sign an MOU. They were given this project on Namami Gange. He told us very clearly that look at the economic models that we follow. Anything which has been concretized is available at a premium price. Look at the Delhi property prices or Mumbai property prices. Whereas the breathing spaces that we have, the lungs of, this human existence, forest, the land is easily acquired, and there was a latest amendment which was made in environmental laws to facilitate industrialization and whatnot. Are we aware? So what we see in students like you is that any policy initiative by the government, they're wanting to change 3 laws, they have renamed them, wanting it to be, because they said that it's more colonial in mind, fine. But then what exactly are they wanting to change? Are you aware as citizens what is being changed? How will it impact you people? How is it going to impact your future generations? So if you're not sensitive, if you're not, much beyond reading it in the textbook, I think you will not be doing justice to the seat that has been offered to you. And it's a privilege, prestige to be admitted in VIPS. And as far as I can say, I should not be self-trumpeting it, but then that's the confidence and courage that we have in ourselves and in our faculty and in the legacy that we have created. So we kind of, request each one of you that you keep adding the number of years to our life. An institution, they say, is for, eternity. And that can only survive in case you rekindle this and take it forward as a lighting lamp. Fine? With those words, I would like to thank you for your attention and time. And some of you have squatted down. Thank you so much for the patience. Much appreciated. Thank you.
A very big thank you, sir, for such illuminating words.
Keeping the momentum going, may I present to you the ever enthusiastic and the cornerstone of our college, Professor Dr. T.V. Subbarao, sir. We
We welcome you, sir.
You are not. Good afternoon, everybody. Are you able to see me? Somebody, they are sitting there? Huh? Come here happily. Some of you can sit here on the dais itself instead of on the floor. I will tell your taskmasters, no problem, no action will be taken against you by the teachers who asked you to sit there. Agreed? They are not coming. Your teachers have threatened you or what? Our beloved Vice Chairman, a scholar by himself, of course in the field of business management, nearly 20 degrees he has. Not only that, he is a person with affable manners and sociability. He did not say no to us on anything. So, any reasonable demand, if we have, whether it is teachers or students, that will be satisfied, except asking another floor here for this auditorium in order to facilitate law students. And our taskmaster, Dean of Law School, Professor Rashmi Salpeter, by this time you must have been experiencing other taskmasters, your teachers, my esteemed colleagues, and my wonderful students. Why you keep quiet when I said wonderful students? Why you are getting cough when I am talking? I congratulate you, my dear friends. Why? I congratulate you for two things. For opting for the course which has contemporaneous relevance. Agreed? You must have joined either by force or by persuasion, whatever may be the reason. I should congratulate you that it is going to be a wonderful course. Second thing, why I congratulate you is that you have opted for a reputed institution. We say that the reputation of the institution comes from whom? You are so disciplined. When I was a student, I was not that disciplined. I would have sat here and I would have threatened the teacher, why you have not provided me proper seat?
So you are a disciplined lot. The reason is that the credit goes to teachers. The reputation of this institution, academically or otherwise, is built on the contribution of sincere, devoted, dedicated teachers. And then they are sincere, devoted, dedicated ones because management has facilitated. Simple litmus test, my dear friends. I would not have been here at this age unless it is comfortable for me. I have passion for teaching. If the classes are not run properly, what passion I will have? So, regularly, the students, I have visited your classes. Some of you were telling, sir, 7 hours per day, what can I do? We can't have 56 subjects. You opted for honors course. And then 5 minutes that side or this side, your dean or teachers may accept, but technically 7 hours should go. Last hour maybe 10 minutes. Early they may leave. So, this institution has wonderful values. They were telling, Yoga Karmashu Kaushalam, that is written. Yoga Karmashu Kaushalam doesn't mean mere having some capacity to do a particular thing. It is competency based upon values. I may add, and then another thing which they have, Jnanam Samyak Vikshanam. Samyak Vikshanam means constructive observation, not mere viewing. And who will get that jnanam? Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. These are the values embedded in this institutional setup, for which we will have to congratulate that old man sitting in A block, Dr. S.C. Vats, and their able children, Vice Chairman, Vineet Vats and Suneet Vats. They are the persons responsible. The autonomy which they give is unimaginable. I am telling you very frankly. Friends, next one is that, in the morning also I was telling, why should there be orientation program at all? Why should there be orientation program at all? First thing you would say that it would help in ice breaking, reduces anxiety. Ice breaking is already over. Few weeks are over, na? So ice breaking is not necessary. No. But what is required is, there are other things to be thought over, that is, Dean was indicating to you the background of the course, not merely theoretical exposure, it requires experiential learning. How do you get experiential learning? You do not have laboratories. KMNO4 plus MNO2 plus H2O will lead to oxygen and we'll have pipette and burette. It is not like that. But we'll have experiential learning when there is moot court and mock trial. And then how to draft a particular thing. Law has its own language. Law has its own language. We use confusing words in order to impress the client, or in order to impress the judge, or in order to impress ourselves, to show that we know everything. So that background, seeds of the background of the course are shown in the orientation program, my dear friends. The second one is that our vice chairman was telling about this institution. Each institution, cap is there, put it. Everybody is seeing, pen is there, cap is there. Nobody adjusted. Why our dean is laughing? What is that I was telling? Tell, what is that I was telling? Our vice chairman was rather referring to culture. Each institution will have its own culture. Your family will have a different culture from your neighbor. Each organization will have culture. This orientation program familiarizes you with that culture. What is the culture of this institution? You must be thinking that I can take this course at my leisure. I can come and go. Nobody is bothered. It is not like that. Everybody is bothered about you. And you will be bothered about your classmate. Suppose your classmate is absent for some other reason. If there is reason only, you must absent. You will save for him the notes. And you can ask the teacher, sir, you give it in PDF. So that is another thing. In the library also, already I have seen, you are sitting in some small groups and referring the matter. There is a different culture here, and that culture you will have to strengthen. You are familiarized with the culture of the institution, my dear friends. And then you have wonderful resources. For the last, how many weeks? 2 or 3 weeks. You must have already seen the resources that are available. This side library, that side you have wonderful research oriented, there are books available, and then you have computers. There is another computer lab that we are just making it ready. 4th floor. First floor, computer. Okay. So, these computers and all these things you have, how to go about. Rather, with the CALR, computer assisted legal research is a discipline by itself, my dear friends. In some foreign universities, they take classes for that. How to go online, search. SEC online is available for you. EIN online is available for you. Several other things are available for you. ChatGPT is not allowed. Okay. So, you will learn all those things including ChatGPT. I came to know about ChatGPT only when student in his essay, he has given dutifully, not beautifully, dutifully in the footnote, ChatGPT. Then I have asked my colleague, she is sitting here, what is this ChatGPT? Then she has shown, she has already written an article on that. Till then I didn't know about ChatGPT. Unnecessarily I was preparing the notes and writing the notes, referring to the cases. But the thing is that in so far as law is concerned, my dear friends, ChatGPT is a failure. Appropriate cases are not referred. We have looked into it. So, in the orientation program, it is indicated to you, these are the resources or information resources we have. That is another angle which you should remember. And then, besides skill development, besides the fact that you are integrated into the system, this is the crucial period wherein your personality is developed. Agreed or not? From 10 plus 2, you have come here. Once you are in the course, your ranks are irrelevant. The person who got, I am telling my experience in National Law School, a person got 17 gold medals today, even today it is a record. But that person was not rank 1 holder. Ranks are irrelevant, my dear friends, once you have joined. What is required is your sincere, devoted, dedicated industry. That you have to do. So, here, what is required? Personality development is required. Our people are referring always to mythological slokas and the things I will tell. Another example I will give you. Ram was there, yet is very engaged. He was tutored by Vasisht, not a small person. Your teachers are like that. But Vasisht specifically advised Dasharath to send Ram along with Vishwamitra. Throughout that journey, if you can see, from Ayodhya to Mithila, Vishwamitra not only gives them necessary tools of warfare, he gives them stories completely. Each one has an implication. By the time Ram reached Mithila, he had become a wonderful person. Personality development, that is, my dear friends. You joined here with good marks in intermediate, 10 plus 2. Your personality develops here. Not merely emulating. That emulation stage has gone. When you are in elementary school, whatever your teacher says, primary school, that is ultimate for you. You won't listen even to the parents. And you will say, our teacher is our teacher. She is always correct. Always she will be the teacher. Nobody will refer to he. Is it not? Say yes. And then, when you come to high school, several teachers bombard your mind. This is correct or this is correct. Is it wrong? Is it right? Which is the thing? But still you believe whatever teacher says will have to for writing the examination. Now you have that time to decipher. Get a clarity in your mind. Yes, I want this goal to be achieved in my life. This is the correct path. Now you will have that complexity gone and you adopt your own philosophy. That is wonderful, my dear friends. And as I was telling you, one more thing which I would like to tell you is that develop cognitive skills, metacognition. In simple words, I would like to tell, start thinking about thinking. Start thinking about thinking. You have subjects, you have doubts. Start thinking over that. When you start thinking over that, what will happen? Simply by reading the books, your doubts will not be there, will not be over. You start with reflective thinking. There is what is known as routine thinking. A child will cry for food and you put milk bottle over. So whenever hungry, that child will cry, you put milk bottle, that is over, that is a routine matter. Reflective thinking is required. When rain comes, even animals also go into the grooves. Only because of reflective thinking, they started, yes, with this rain, we can have crops, we can grow crops. Now the entire cultivation came from that reflective thinking. Your knowledge also comes from reflective thinking and critical thinking, my dear friends. Think over that. Thinking is not a small thing. She was referring, our anchor, without smiling also. Where is she? She was referring to Arjun Vishava Yoga. Nakankshe Vijayan Krishna Natavajam Sukhanicha. Kimna Rajyana Govinda. What is that? That sloka. I don't want this kingdom or all these things. Why should I kill my kith and kin? So Vishada. From Vishada, what has come? You take it as a problem. Vishada not merely crying. It is a problem. Once you have a problem, you start thinking. Vichara comes. From Vichara, inquisitiveness comes. From inquisitiveness, you start thinking for the solutions. Lord Krishna has given major 3 solutions. Whatever you want to follow. Simply he escaped. Arjun saying that I don't want to think, whatever you say I will follow. In the last. But there are ways. These are the ways in which you can satisfy or you can answer your problem. So entire Bhagavad Gita is based upon wonderful research methodology, my dear friends. Okay, so thinking is not a small thing. Critical thinking should be there. And that is one angle which I would like to tell you or share with you, my dear friends. In the morning I was telling some stories. I should repeat it for you also, for your benefit. You are entering into a profession wherein your options are more. So you opt for everything under the sky. What you do is, your elders, like me, I am also elder, they say, you pursue, you set a goal and reach that goal. Is it not? That they would say. In law, my dear friends, have alternative goals. Why alternative goals? The reason is that when you are halfway through, one goal may become obsolete. I want to go for this judicial officer's position. Okay. It is overcrowded. So for 5 years, no judicial officer's position. Suppose the announcement is given by the government. What you will do then? Have alternative goals. 2 goals. If one becomes obsolete, you can stick on to the other. You attach to alternative goals, not one goal always. Second thing is that you are in the world of competition. What is required is competitive, competent performance. What is it? Competitive, competent performance is required. We didn't have any competition, my dear friends. After joining LLM, for my sake, interviews were postponed. My results are 26th, 27th I got results. 27th interview, from 28th onwards I was teacher with UGC scales. Such problem, rather, such facility is not there for you. So, in this competition, how do you proceed? Our teachers, they would have told you about a story. What is that story? Rabbit and tortoise. She is laughing. What is that story? Rabbit and tortoise story. I have seen. I don't know your name, that is why I am not calling. She herself. That story you don't know? Rabbit and tortoise story. Nobody knows. You know that. Everybody knows. What is the moral behind? Slow and steady win the race. If you are slow and steady, you will not be there in the race itself. In the rabbit and tortoise race, because rabbit is lethargic, lazy, it took rest, thinking that nobody can beat me. Then tortoise slowly went and spoiled everything. So what is required? You be like rabbit, but don't be lazy. Be like rabbit, sans lethargy. That should be the motive. That should be the motto rather. You are required to be like rabbit, so that you can win the race more than 10 times when compared to tortoise. Is it correct or not? So, review that story first, or modify that story. Another thing which I would like to tell you, my dear friends, this law school is like a springboard. Like a springboard. If you want, you can swim through big stream, or you can swim only in swimming pool. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. That is another thing. For swimming, you require skill. You must be equipped. That dress and other things are provided by your education. But the thing is that you should have the ability to withstand the pressure. That is known as aplomb. Able to withstand even in adverse circumstances and communicate yourself to the world. Communication, I was telling in the morning also, communication is not merely providing information like newspapers. It is like providing certain information with a purpose. If purpose is not there, it is not a communication. Promote everything that those skills are required, my dear friends. In order to swim in the life, you require those skills. You require to face the adverse situations. Here in the morning I have given another story. That story was, what is that? Fox and stork. What is that story? Take mic and tell. Hand mic is there, na? Okay, I will tell. She is searching for the mic. She is in charge. She is your senior. Remember her. She is your senior. 1 year senior. First bench, second year. Which section? 3B. Okay. Now, in that story, as usual, fox mischievously calls the stork for a lunch. Food is given on a platter. Can stork take it? It was putting its feather, bell like that, long bell. It was not able to take. In order to take revenge, next day, stork called the fox and served the food in a jar. What happened? Fox cannot take. So, suitability. To which one you are suitable? That is the first one. Otherwise, the second one which I prefer, don't be like stork or fox. Be like yourself. You must be capable of meeting any circumstances. You must be capable of reaching any challenge in the life. Agreed? This is another angle, my dear friends. One more advice is that start making research. I will always be telling in the class also, form into groups. Think about whatever that is happening around the world. Its legal implications. You are the expert. Even the teachers have to read and come to a conclusion. Discuss with that. When I go to the class, I first ask, what is that you have seen? What are the challenges that we are going to have? Make a research. Research is not confined only to PhD degree. From day one, law people have to make research. Lawyer is always a researcher. Law student is always a researcher because they will have to search for the material to justify or challenge any particular thing. You are a researcher from day one, my dear friends. Agreed? So, start making research. Number 2, try to publish it. That gives you some credentials. That is a good thing to do. So, be a researcher as well while doing your studies. Number 2, understand, when I came to your classes, I told you, first read the fundamentals from the Bare Act. Read the fundamentals from Bare Act. In the classes also I was asking, what is proposal, what is contract, and what are the essentials of valid contract. Essentials of valid contract are mentioned under section. So like that, you must read first those things, then go to case law. Today's case law may not be permanent, it may change. Have your doubts and challenges over that. Make a comment, you will be a wonderful student. That you will have to think, my dear friends. As I have told you, even a single word, if our vice chairman was also telling, he was telling, of course, about his, what you call, regular domestic joke. Choice of wife or husband, accidental, number 1. Number 2, it may be complete or it is finished. That also is there. So in law also, I was asking my student what is that particular case in the morning. Small change in the preamble. 2 different decisions by the same number of judges, same judges. Not a single one changed. Only page number is different. 2 different opinions. So, these things thoroughly you will have to examine. You may not find such difficulty in law of contracts, but when once you enter into other subjects, you will find it, including your law of torts, my dear friends. Artificial intelligence, they try to escape. That remedy is there in law of torts. It is not like that. We will have to make separate legal regime for governing the ethics of artificial intelligence. That we will discuss when you have that international conference or seminar on 7th and 8th of October, our dean is planning for that. And then one more thing which I would like to tell you is that law is indispensable. If there is a society, law will be there. If there are two persons, dissensions and disagreements will be there. Who will resolve? Law people will resolve, whether through courts or whether through other remedies, ADR or something like that. So long as society is there, law is there. So long as society is there, lawyers are required. Is it not? Other disciplines may become irrelevant, but law discipline will not become irrelevant. So be confident and be like a rabbit sans lethargy and try to face every situation and try to assess yourself. What is your entry knowledge? What is your terminal knowledge? Terminal knowledge minus entry knowledge is the benefit accrued. Thank you very much, my dear friends.
Thank you so much, sir, for these wise words and guiding us all.
As we near the conclusion of this eventful day, it's essential to express our heartfelt gratitude.
Absolutely. The Gita says, Karmane vadhika raste ma phaleshu kadachana. You have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions.
We would like to extend a vote of thanks to every individual who has worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this day possible. Now may we call upon Dr. Shrishti Banerjee to give the vote of thanks.
It is my privilege to thank all the dignitaries for present in this event. Our respected Vice Chairman, sir, Shri Suneet Vatt, sir, thank you for your benevolent presence and for gracing the event. Your words of wisdom will definitely inspire our children to excel not in professional life but all the aspects of their life. Our chairperson, Professor Shubha Rao, sir, his guidance will definitely have the impeccable impact on you in your academic and learning journey in this institute. Our Dean, Professor Rashmi Salpekar ma'am, she is like the guiding torch for all of us, and which I personally witnessed how she calmly and composedly deals with all the things of our law school. I welcome the youngest children of our school. A very warm welcome to all of you.